It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. Huh. The scaffolding is just asking to be climbed on. But unfortunately, I can't see any open windows. Anyway, it would be impossible to climb on it quietly without being noticed. It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. You can hardly see any signs of the fire in the west wing. It almost seems as though these old walls just didn't want to collapse. Whatever's being mixed in here, it can't be cement. Otherwise there'd be a pile of sand nearby. I hope the construction guys know what they're doing. A huge skull above the door. Makes you feel right at home. A pane of glass is missing, but it still works. There are people in the hall. Construction guys, I guess. I'd better go another way, otherwise Sister Antolini is sure to get wind that I'm in the castle. It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. The ladder is too short to reach the first floor. I should look for another way. Why do I constantly have the feeling that a big monkey is sitting up there throwing barrels at me? A bit small for having a barbecue, but there's the garden for that. It's certainly decorative, if you like having boulders in your garden. Here, it goes down a few meters, and then the large surrounding garden begins. The fitting description would be wilderness. There's even more garbage lying around here. There used to be fireworks in here. I might be able to lure the construction guys out of the house for a moment with a firework like this. But these ones here are unusable. It looks even older than the castle, if that's at all possible. Oh look, a wheelbarrow. Used to transport drunken workers. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guys here have heated up their lunch in it. I have no idea what I could do with a pot at the moment. I think I'll leave it here. There's a candle. If I don't have a flashlight, I should at least take this with me. Shh, just don't step on a creaky floorboard. Damn, it'd be impossible to sneak past them unnoticed. I have to distract them somehow. I can use the pliers to get the slug out of the cartridge. That way I'll make the thing harmless and get a charge of gunpowder at the same time. I'll fill the cardboard tube with the gunpowder. Just a shame that it always trickles out of the ends. Click. Let there be light. I can seal the cardboard roll with the wax, so the gunpowder doesn't trickle out. I'll stick the cigarette in one end of the cardboard roll. If you light the cigarette, it'll burn down and make the gunpowder explode. So now I've built my own firework. The ramp is the perfect place to set off my firework. It's dry, and the construction guys are sure to notice a broken lamp. Okay, I've got about 2 minutes until this explodes. So, it's time. After all, I want to be in the front row when the show begins.
Whoa! What was that?
Sounded like a gunshot.
Damn, why aren't they going out?
Might have been a firework. I saw one of them spotty kids messing around on the wall again recently.
Have you seen what they've done to our scaffolding?
No. I've been on the facade since last week.
They've covered it in paint. Go and have a look. It's like a hippie ladder.
Little sods. Why are they hanging around here not in school? What's that about?
Steve, I've got an idea.
What kind of idea, Greg?
Why don't we stick their fireworks up their spotty bums and fly under the moon?
Yeah, why not?
Blast. I hope they don't actually catch up with those poor kids. Could turn ugly. Damn.
What's all that noise? Greg, Steve, was that you? Hey, Greg, Steve, what the heck is going on here?
She's disappearing into the hall. Now full speed to Victoria. Victoria? Please wake up, Victoria.
What? Who? Adrian? What are you doing here? I told you, I don't want to see you again.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk to you. I can prove I'm innocent. You can see Angelina here on this photo, Victoria, killing Miss Valley. Here, look at it.
Angelina? But why? I don't understand.
Angelina also gave the order to set the castle on fire. And she killed Sally, Catherine, and Lewis, all just because of Mordred's curse. She needed my blood, because only male Gordons are capable of activating Mordred's power. You knew about that, Victoria. Please don't tell me you didn't know.
But she was my little Angelina. How could she do something like that?
I was hoping you could tell me that. There's that order that followed me.
Miss Valley's order? A bunch of bunglers. They wanted to prevent something like what happened 12 years ago from happening again. But they've got no idea what they're fighting against. Most of them see it as an amusing diversion from their lives. Acting mysteriously and having secret meetings in silly frocks. Miss Valley was the only one who really knew what it was about. The original order has existed for hundreds of years. It keeps the secrets hidden. However, we supported Miss Valley financially. It was, after all, in our interest that you, Adrian, did not return to Black Mirror.
I see. I saw something strange there, and I don't know who else I could ask about it. This white lady, exactly the one in this painting, or very similar, I don't know. Either way, I saw her in the woods. She was running around like a ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, was it?
A white lady in the woods? Are you sure?
So it really was a ghost. Oh my god, I really am going crazy.
No. Calm down, Adrian. Everything's fine. Perhaps better than I dared to hope. Tell me more about the lady. What did she look like? What did she have on?
I didn't see her all that well. She had long white hair, she had a long dress on with a belt, with some kind of coat of arms on it.
The woman you saw is Maria Gordon, Mordred's wife. She can find no peace. Not for centuries. She wanders the woods of Black Mirror because she's searching for her child. Her child and Mordred's. I've seen her too.
You've seen her too? Then she really does exist.
We're in Black Mirror Castle, Adrian. Which reality are you talking about?
What happened to the child?
All right, what I'm about to tell you has never left these walls. And it would be good if it stayed that way. It's perhaps the oldest of our family stories, and also the most dreadful. You want to know what happened to the child? That's what Maria asks herself to this day. All we know is that Mordred took it away because he thought it wasn't his biological child. He thought Maria cheated on him with his brother, Marcus, and wanted to make her pay for that. What he did to the child remains a mystery until today. It was never seen again.
So Mordred's wife was unfaithful, and because of that he cursed everyone?
No, Maria wasn't unfaithful to Mordred. It was his hate that made him think something like that. Hate and jealousy towards his brother, even though the two of them fought many battles together, side by side. But that was before they came to Black Mirror. Something here changed Mordred, contaminated his heart. He mistrusted everyone. His soldiers, his wife, his brother, became more and more withdrawn, became arrogant. Finally, he looked at his own child and didn't recognize it. Thought he could see similarities with his brother in his face. He wanted to kill it, but no one knows if he did. One thing's for sure. He snatched it from Maria and took it into the catacombs under the castle. In her desperation, Maria called for Marcus, begged him for help. For Mordred, this was further evidence to support his suspicion. Marcus came, challenged Mordred to a duel, and killed him. But he didn't find the child, no matter how he searched. It was as though he'd disappeared.
What kind of curse is it?
Before Mordred died, he put a curse on Marcus's male descendants. They were to complete his work. One day a golden devoted to evil would be born, who would bring Mordred back to the realm of the living.
And Angelina wanted to have his power. But why, if only the male Gordons were cursed?
Because your twins, the curse, must have somehow got mixed up.
How's that?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you any more, Adrian. It is just an assumption.
What?
Adrian, we've no time to lose. You're the last Gordon of the Marcus lineage. The castle should belong to you. Give me some paper and a pen. There, in the drawer. I must confirm your true identity. Otherwise, no one will know that you're the lawful heir. Hurry. I can feel my strength waning, Adrian. My life's coming to an end.
No, Victoria, please. I need you. I won't know what to do without you.
Without me, you might not have been in this position. We were very thorough when it came to you. He even had you a death certificate drawn up.
Let me guess. Dr. Herman did that.
We made a mistake. Forgive me, Adrian.
It's all right. You only wanted to protect me. But it might have been better if I'd known what it was about. Then I might not have walked into Angelina's trap. What can you tell me about the ritual chamber?
I've never been there myself. But apparently Mordred's power is strongest there. That place is not of this world. It's in the Shade World.
I think me and Angelina, we heard Mordred when we were there.
What exactly happened in the ritual chamber?
Well, I completed all of the tasks. Spilt my blood on the relief.
And did you speak the words?
I think so.
Oh God, Adrian, then the ritual's complete. You've laid open the way for Mordred.
What do you mean? Am I cursed now?
Worse, Adrian. Worse. Mordred's spirit is now in you. Adrian, in you. Oh my God, Adrian, what have you done?
Mordred is inside me? Oh, hell, that's exactly what I feared.
Stay calm. Let's stay calm and think. How do you feel? Is anything different?
Yes, there are these visions. They feel quite real. They're sick, violent, but maybe they aren't anymore. I wanted to go for Murray's throat earlier. That definitely wasn't a vision.
When did you see the White Lady last?
Just now, in front of the castle.
Then you haven't yet done evil. Your heart is still pure. You're strong, Adrian. You've managed to resist, and you must continue to do so. Resist Mordred for as long as you can. He will get stronger and stronger, and you will get weaker. He wants to control you. At some point, he will take control of you.
How can I prevent Mordred from controlling me?
There are only two ways to banish him. Mordred's vessel must be destroyed. You know what I mean by that.
I guess you mean the Samuel variety? A little jump from the tower, directly onto a pointy iron fence. Sounds tempting.
It's certainly the easier option.
Really? What would the difficult one be then?
You have to go back to where everything began.
To the ritual chamber? But it's buried.
Where everything began.
But do you mean where Mordred uttered the curse?
It's all written in the book.
In which book?
I'm so tired, Adrian. I can't go on.
No, please don't close your eyes now, Victoria. Stay awake, please. Just tell me what book you're talking about. A chronicle or the Bible?
The book. Please read it. In the room.
Which room?
Under the ground. The 6 menhirs will point you to the entrance.
Which menhirs?
The path begins there. The path. You have to follow to the end. To the very end.
Do you mean the big stones around the castle?
Start there. Search at the menhirs. Adrian, promise me.
Yes, I'll do it.
Promise me.
Yes, I promise. Victoria, please wait. There's so much you have to tell me. Victoria.
What are you doing here? How did you get
She's
in?
dying. Do something. Quick!
Leave now.
Lady Victoria Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer. Dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and troubled times. So faith, hope, and love abide, these three, said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the greatest of these is love. Now, as we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind. Amen. Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You are Lady Victoria's only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian, and say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
My condolences, Adrian.
Thanks, Doc.
How are you?
Well, this is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
See you then, Adrian.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave, who you'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned-down castle that I'm duty-bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I could no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms.